This week we're going to highlight the trade estimates for Friday's USDA monthly supply demand report. We're also going to look at the trends in U.S. export sales of soybeans, and we're going to wrap things up with a near-term look at U.S. weather trends. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into April here, and we've still got quite a bit of market volatility going on. This week we're going to focus on Friday's USDA monthly supply demand report. Now this is a monthly supply demand report. Recall on March 31st, that was a prospective plantings report as well as a grain stocks report. We're moving back now to our monthly supply demand report, which will be released on Friday. Let's take a look at the trade estimates. Quite a few numbers here as usual. We're going to zero in and highlight soybeans. The trade's going to be watching closely the U.S. carryout number for beans. In March, of course, very tight number at 120. The trade range is 105 to 135 with an average guess of about 118. So keep a close eye on that number Friday. Again, that number will incorporate the results of the March 31st grain stocks report from the USDA. The market will also be looking at the weather trends, or the production trends, I should say, in South America, looking at Brazil and Argentina. Overall, the trade is looking for a slightly higher production number for Brazil, but a slightly lower production number for Argentina. Again, these will be critical production estimates moving forward as they influence U.S. export trends. Speaking of export trends, let's take a look at those U.S. export sales of beans. Now, we'll continue to highlight this. Obviously, the world market now is shifting into Brazil in terms of being the primary supplier of beans. However, when you look at the export sales and shipments of beans that we've seen so far, at 2.236 billion bushels now, that's a record for this time of year. Now we're going to highlight that that's 99.4% of the USDA annual forecast of 2.250. Now that number may or may not be updated on Friday, but it does continue to place tremendous emphasis on the obviously the final weather trends, for example, in Argentina, and also potentially sets up a scenario where we'll see imports of beans into the U.S. here at some point during these last 5 months of the crop year, and or cancellations of beans. Again, the yellow flag we want to remind you about is we continue to hear talk about ASF cases in China. We really want to keep a close eye on that moving forward. Let's wrap things up today, focusing on U.S. weather trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're looking at the last 14 days here, topsoil moisture. You can see the area of biggest concern is in the northern plains across North Dakota, which has become a major soybean producer the last several years. As you go further south and further east, there's spots here and there of some dryness, but overall, pretty good moisture situation, at least moving in here to the first full week of April. Wrapping up here, we're looking at the next 10 days. There are two weather events. The first one is across Minnesota, across northwest Iowa here today and tomorrow, and we're looking at some potentially heavy rainfall there. And then next week, from Sunday through next Wednesday, across the Delta area. So again, weather will, needless to say, become critical here moving further into spring. We'll keep a close eye on that for you moving forward. Let's wrap things up today, looking briefly at trends in November soybean futures. Now with that spike we've seen after the March 31st prospective plantings report, you can see now that the November 2021 soybean futures contract has surpassed where it was in 2014. So again, strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage this price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with our risk management consultants. Be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.